As a 4-year-old, playing Banjo-Kazooie was an experience. It was one of my first platformers right beside Super Mario 64. Though one of the major differences between the two games was reading. As a child at this age, my reading and writing skills weren't fully developed. Unlike Super Mario 64, there are many parts of Banjo-Kazooie that require reading dialogue from NPCs, figuring out riddles, or outright spelling. Now returning to the game on the Nintendo Switch with the NSO expansion pack, I've finally been able to complete it nearly 23 years later. I spent over 18 hours on my original copy of Banjo-Kazooie on the Nintendo 64 and didn't even complete it. I was only able to progress through the first 4 worlds as a kid, starting with Mumbo's Mountain into Bubblegum Swamp. Without an understanding of how games are meant to be played at the time, I would wander around these worlds for hours exploring them with no real goal or objective. Now I understand that the main objective is collecting all the Jiggies, but as a curious child, that wasn't how I was getting my enjoyment from the game. Bright colorful worlds, catchy cheery music that I can hum along to, and easy to understand controls made this one of my favorite games to play as a child. Now revisiting it in 2022, I'm able to fully enjoy it and complete it from start to finish. Returning to the game felt like experiencing it for the first time ever. Playing through Banjo-Kazooie as an adult allows me to enjoy levels I've never played or seen before. Click Clock Woods, Rusty Bucket Bay, and Freezy Peak I've seen in passing through promotional material like magazines or commercials, but I was never able to engage in them like the earlier levels of the game. It felt as if I was playing one of my childhood games with additional content that was added decades later after the original release. Did I mention that the game is challenging? Without the Nintendo Switch save states, I'd be losing lives left and right. Even if I was able to overcome the reading areas, I'd still be losing to an ample amount of challenging platforming sections. The engine room in Rusty Bucket Bay was a notable area. The platforming is doable, but the room for error along with the punishment that goes along with it sends you to the start of the world. As a child, I didn't even notice that the collectible music notes would reset to 0 when leaving a world. Having the patience and whereabouts of finding all 100 in each world before exiting wasn't feasible for me at a young age. Near the end of the game, you play a game show called Grunty's Furnace Fun. This is a long and tedious game show where the main villain quizzes you on questions about characters, worlds, moves, and more from your whole adventure. Luckily, I was able to have those save states to correct my errors. That along with having the internet, I could easily look up the questions. Some of the questions can even pertain to Grunty herself, such as what is her favorite drink, or what is she hiding under her dress. Continuing with the reading skills, there's a Jiggy in the world Mad Monster Mansion where you have to spell out Banjo-Kazooie. Not only do you have to spell it, but you're doing this while on ice and avoiding a ghost all at the same time. Even if I was able to get to these places as a child, I think I would have gotten so frustrated with the game I would have given up. My childhood gaming during the N64 and Game Boy era was held back by my lack of understanding of the English language. I was a baby. That's why my favorite title from this generation, and still one of my favorites to this day, is Star Fox 64. Playing this game at a young age compared to other N64 titles was mind-blowing. Consistent progression, full voice acting from the characters, and difficulty paths made for a pleasant experience. There was a clear start and finish to the game. Having the planets laid out allows you to visualize where you're starting from and where the end goal is. Not to mention the game is an on-rails shooter, so as long as you're able to hit the A button and destroy the enemy ships ahead of you, you should be able to clear each level. I can go on and on about Star Fox 64, so I'll be sure to save it for another video. After playing countless 3D and 2D platformers, from Super Mario Odyssey to Sonic Mania, my repertoire for this genre has grown with me. With a mixture of reading sections and challenging platforming, I was finally able to complete Banjo-Kazooie till the end. I was able to appreciate Banjo-Kazooie more after not having beaten it all these years. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you if you had a similar story as I did with Banjo-Kazooie. If not, maybe you should go back to a game from your childhood and see if it was challenging due to your age. Hopefully you're able to overcome it. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.